The Athens Foundation recently announced this year's recipients of the Foster Cornwell Award, which is an award given to those that have been dedicated to the Athens County community. Kate McGuckin of Athens is one of the recipients of the award, and she joins us now in our studio. Thanks for being here this evening.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Congratulations on the award, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you were recognized for your many years of work at My Sister's Place, the local domestic violence shelter, and you were the executive director there until your retirement earlier this year. You were given credit for building the agency into a model women's shelter. How is it exactly a model?
Well, I think we were the first shelter to begin offering free protective orders, what we call pro se protective orders in the state. And that allows a victim to obtain a court order without the aid of an attorney or without any legal costs to her. We were one of the first shelters, actually the first shelter in the state to be licensed by the Ohio Department of Mental Health as a licensed residential care facility. And we did some model programming in rural communities that put us ahead of the game, I think.
And while you are no doubt proud of the growth of My Sister's Place over the years, you must regret that growth in a sense, since it means the problem has gotten worse. Do you think that's correct, and why is that?
Yes and no, and I don't think it'll end in my lifetime, which is a very sad thing to me. I don't think we have any definitive data that says it's getting worse or getting better. I do know that we've taken the stigma away from it. It's now okay to say you are a victim. You don't have to hide it. Victims are always isolated. Their abuser never wants anyone to know that what he's up to. So women are more willing to come forward, and I think that's because we've done a tremendous amount of education in the community about the availability of our services. These are also very, very hard economic times. So victims who might have been able to seek services elsewhere and avoid a stay at an emergency shelter, or avoid going to court, or avoid part of our outreach program, now don't have those services available to them. And as that safety net crumbles, they rely more and more on us.
All right. And is domestic violence different in a rural setting such as ours compared to big city domestic violence, would you say?
I think that's a myth. It's the same dynamic in an interpersonal relationship. It's all about power and control. Now, rural victims do face a different set of circumstances. If you think about this community and where we are, we serve Vinton County, and in Vinton County there's no hospital. There's no public transportation system throughout the 3 counties we serve. Many victims now rely on cell phone service, and we have areas that don't have cell phone reception. Law enforcement response time is much greater in a rural area than it would be in an urban area. That and the tremendous amount of poverty that we see in this area are all additional barriers to victims in a rural community.
And now that you're retired, are you still involved in domestic violence issues and programs, and if so, how?
I'll always be involved as an advocate. I'll always be a cheerleader for the work that's being done. Right now I'm working 1 day a week at the agency. I'm a training consultant, and I'm helping the new director learn everything and get ready for the next accreditation.
All right, well, Kate McGuckin, thank you so much for stopping by tonight.
Thank you, Stephanie.